That would be correct, yes. It does not make specific reference to nuisance caused by street prostitution, but it does have a provision around antisocial behaviour that probably cover it.
Right, so as we've talked in the past, though, we're going to review that and look at that process going forward in the future.
Yes.
Thank you.
Right, Councillor Chris.
Thank you, Mr Mayor. I'd like to support, I think the motion is about to be moved by Councillor Crum, just speaking in support of that, and I'd like to just note one particular section, and that's G. And I'd commend those that sat round the table considering that particular matter of bringing forward the review of that policy. Though I would like to remind councillors, I think we were all told, and this is not to criticise the motion in any way, but we were previously told that I thought it was after 18 months of that policy being in place. It was either 12 or 18 months. And so I'm a little bit surprised to see that the panel's been told it was in 16. And I raised this recently informally and in one of our shared sessions on the Thursday afternoon. And there was quite strong agreement around the table that we did need to review this policy as soon as that 12 or 18 months rolled over, and we're now past that point. That's my understanding. But I can't see that on the work stream, the forward work stream. So I would hope that the Chief Executive, once this has gone through today, sees to having this matter come up in the work stream earlier rather than later. There's considerable public interest in this policy. I think in retrospect it shouldn't have been a weak policy, it should have been a bylaw, and maybe that's something for us to consider as we review it as well. So I'd hope that's all in the mix. But I think anybody who walks our town centres or Queen Street, which is pretty much Butt Valley in the afternoons at around lunch times when people exit their places of work and retail, knows that we've got quite a big issue with shared smoke amongst our community. So great to see that recommendation come through, acknowledge that particular part of the panel's work.
Very good. Any other comments? Councillor Denise.
Well, perhaps we should invite Helgard to clarify the timeline review.
Councillor, I think I should perhaps defer to my manager on this because he was responsible for the original policy.
Very good.
Thank you, Mark Sinclair. I'm the Manager of Social Policy and Bylaws, and as referred to, was responsible in my previous role for overseeing the development of the smoke-free policy. So the smoke-free policy had worked within it 3 phases of implementation. The third phase was to come into effect in 2018, and in anticipation of that third phase coming into effect, there was a scheduled review of the entire policy in 2015 to determine whether or not 2016, sorry, to determine whether or not a bylaw approach would be appropriate as part of the introduction of that third phase. It was always the intention of the policy that that review would take place in 2016, and it has been factored into the internal work programs for the social policy and bylaws team towards that end.
Very good. Anything else, councillors? Denise? Thank you. Helgard, keep up the good work. The councillors will report back to you on the matter that Councillor George raised at a subsequent early meeting. Well done. Move that. All those in favour say aye.
Aye.
Against, passed.